Right, so I hope that you gave this a fair go. Now I'm going to be showing you how we can do this again quickly. This time I'm not going to explain things so much. First of all, I'm just cropping this, okay? Just want to bring this slightly closer. That's not necessary. I'm just doing it in this case. I'm going to quickly select the subject. Again, not using the cloud one, just to be quick, okay? And again, this is the type of image that you don't need to see that document for, okay? This will be just done together because of the good contrast. So we're going to go to select and mask. This time, no explanation. You're going to see how quick this is. So let's quickly choose a good color overlay. We choose green again, let's say. Increase the radius. Check smart radius. You always don't have to increase the radius to the full, okay? You can always click on show edge. The main thing that we're seeing here is, does it cover the the entirety of the soft edges, like these hair strands? In this case, you can see, we don't need 250. So always remember, use as less as possible. It's always going to improve your results, okay? So maybe something like this, but you can see some of it is still missing. And since Photoshop is lagging, I'm just waiting. Is it going to add to this? Okay, no. So we're going to maybe go to 220. Let's see what this does. No, maybe 200 should be fine, I think, in this case. You see, like, it's really lagging, okay? Because sometimes when you use smart radius and all these things together, you can put a lot of load on the processor, okay? So don't worry about that. I think this is fine, and then we're going to hit smart radius because for the edges, for the body, we don't need, such a wide thing. So you can see it's tried to do its best here, and job is pretty much done. If I remove the edge, and this selection also straight, just from 2 sliders, and this checking looks good, right? Let's quickly check this on black. How does this look? Yeah, we have some slight edge halos here, so we're going to shift the edge in a bit. That's going to take care of them slightly. And yeah, when it's this noticeable, I think we will have to use decontaminate colors, okay? So if you want to be 100% precise about this, okay, it's a good idea to still, even in these images, do the head separately, do the body separately, so that you can kind of not use the radius for the body and only use this radius thing for the head. But ultimately, even that is going to be a fast process. I'm just kind of showing you that yes, it works for convenient images. We're going to slightly decrease the degree of decontaminate colors till the time I just notice that the halos go. Yeah, I think this is fine, okay? And maybe I can just increase the contrast a bit on the edges. Shift the edge in slightly more. Okay. It's fine. Now, can you see we do have some problems here, okay? Like these areas have been eaten up. So we're going to quickly correct this. We're going to open this as a new layer with a layer mask. And I'm going to be showing you a really neat trick to do this, okay? Very quick trick. So first of all, let's just add a solid color background, okay? Anyone. So let's say we put red, okay? Something like that. You can see it straight away. It doesn't look too bad except for these areas. So if we alt click on the mask, you can see that these areas are here. Now, here's the thing. I can definitely, at this moment, take a paintbrush, okay, select white and start painting this in. But what can happen is, you'll have to be very careful. Can you see I already messed this up? If I go out, this adds to this. I can also, right now you must be thinking, Kush, then why can't we do this? Why can't we control a command click here and then start painting? Okay, let me now click on Alt so that we get the black and white view, and then start painting. So because we get the marching ants, we're only now restricted to painting inside this, right? That is one option. But then the problem is there might be certain areas like this, okay? Just see, which were kind of grayish in nature. They were not fully selected, so they were kind of out of the selection, which we won't be able to paint properly, where they're kind of out, right? So a better trick, whenever you have these slightly grayish areas and you want to turn them totally white so that none of this background is seen through. Right now, a bit of this red background will be seen through. Can you see? So the trick to this is to again use a white brush to paint this. First of all, we're going to get rid of the selection because we don't even need the selection. I'm going to hold down Control Command and not Control Command. I'm just going to hold down Control or Command plus D, deselect. Okay, so we don't even need the selection. What we need is a white brush. But can you see this thing which says Mode? Right now it's set to a normal mode. That means it's just painting normally. But we can, this is what we call as a blending mode. If we go down here and select a mode called as the overlay mode, just see what happens when I start painting, okay? First of all, see what happens when I paint with normal. So if I'm painting like this, I'm not careful, it goes out and we're kind of adding that to the selection. We don't want that. But if I select overlay, what I'm telling Photoshop, what happens on the overlay mode is I'm saying, whenever I start painting, only affect and add white to the areas which are kind of grayish, which are these 50-50 areas. So just see, if I do this, can you see, even though I'm painting out of bounds, can you see the black area did not get affected? Why? Because black is not gray. So we're telling Photoshop only things which are grayish, those things are now going to become white. So I can easily now work on these areas and just fill them up with white. Okay, so any area that I'm noticing like this, I can quickly, basically we're adding those little bit of selections which because of radius, they were eaten up. I'm just adding that back to our selection like this. Okay, so I'm not going to do it all over because now you know the trick, right? But now just see those areas. So if I just zoom out, okay, kind of here also, okay, kind of get the idea, right? So if I do this, now just see, if I alt click on this, boom, let's check the hand, no more red coming through. And this makes it really, really quick because you can take like a big brush like this and even just quickly run it on the body. And it's just gonna paint in those half areas and turn them into white. Same thing can also be done to remove those areas if you paint with black. That is not kind of needed here. Yes, some areas here, like can you see here, we have not probably done such a great job, but my point was not to exactly show you a perfect selection. The reason why this has been missed out is because when we gave that edge area through the radius, it must not have included this. So that time when we are more careful in selected mask, we can just manually also add this area using the refine edge brush tool. Okay, and that's it. You don't really have to do anything else, but you can see how quick these convenient images can be to edit. Okay, so that was my whole point, to show you this. And we are now finally going to go back to the image which was going to serve as a breather, where I'll be showing you how to use the pen tool. From there onwards, we will come again to select and mask, but with a more challenging image. So I'll see you in those videos. Bye for now.